exhaustion, trauma and frustration. The most vulnerable were women, children and the elderly. Here is Jato S. Silla, the president of the Gambia Red Cross Society.
Red Cross Society will continue to sustain this partnership with all and sundry. We are a partner of choice, and we welcome everyone to support our activities.
The beneficiaries and partners of the Red Cross are gathered here to evaluate and learn lessons from the Fonyi humanitarian operation. Ibrahima Bojang is one of the beneficiaries of the humanitarian operation by the Red Cross and a village alcalo of Balen village.
Covering January 24th, in other 7,000 OD, and in 800.
In January, when the conflict broke out, I was given $7,800. The Red Cross came back to us when the conflict broke out for the second time in March. I was given another $5,250 with some materials, cooking pots, praying mats, and bed sheets. All those things were given to us. That is why I'm thanking you so much for the gesture, particularly the Red Cross. The evaluation will help the Gambia Red Cross and partners identify the successes and constraints and document feedback from the beneficiaries of the disaster relief emergency operation and thereby contribute to improving future emergency responses. Mahmoud Lamin Chai, QTV News.
A 5-day training course on promoting gender equality and women's empowerment in the security sector for security personnel and lawmakers ended on Friday with a renewed call for a gender mainstream security sector. Ali Sisi reports.
Organized by the United Nations Office for West Africa and the Sahel in collaboration with the Geneva Center for Security Governance, DCAF Gambia Office, and other partners, the training brought together members of the police and armed forces and members of the National Assembly Standing Committee on Defense and Security to brainstorm on the promotion of gender equality and women's empowerment in the security sector. Evidence shows that women continue to be underrepresented in all West Africa and the Sahel defense and security services, and their recruitment is determined by low quota. For example, in 2017, a security sector assessment report noted a huge gender gap, particularly in the Gambia Armed Forces, with only 9 and 13% of high-ranking personnel at the level of lieutenant and above are women. Participants, many of whom are women from the police and army, emphasized the critical importance of gender equality in terms of recruitment and promotion, decent working conditions, and respect of reproductive rights in the security sector for effective service delivery. Momodou Badji, the National Security Advisor, said the government is committed to a security of gender equality in all spheres of the security structure. He hopes it is the beginning to end gender inequality in the security sector.
The Gambia government constitutively made it clear in the same section 28 that it wants and commits the government and by extension the security sector to function according to the principles of gender equality and to ensure effective participation of women in decision making and leadership in all spheres of our life.
Speaking from his office in Dhaka via Zoom, Mujib Jinadu, Director of Political Affairs of UNOWAS, urged members of the Gambia's National Assembly Standing Committee on Defense and Security to use their parliamentary powers to advocate gender mainstreaming in the security sector. He gave assurances of his office support to achieve gender parity. Honorable Sidi S.K. Njai, Deputy Speaker of the Gambia's National Assembly, who also doubles as the chairperson of the Parliament Standing Committee on Defense and Security, recognized as important that his committee will work together with stakeholders and partners to advance the promotion of women's active involvement in the security sector.
I want to express the commitment of the National Assembly through the Defense and Security Committee to ensuring that national security policies and regulations are designed with a gender perspective. I therefore wish to further engage all the stakeholders in this convergence to commit actions to the resolutions and recommendations adopted in this workshop for better and timely implementations.
Chief Inspector Mariama Jallo Gassama, on behalf of the participants, described the training as timely and important to initiate such discourse. She hopes the lawmakers will take up the challenges shared by participants and address them by creating a conducive environment for women in the security sector.
Help us show our potentials as women in the force, not to be sidelined, but given equal opportunity and given equal opportunities in career development, and at the same time being represented in that top cadre level.
At the end of the training, members and organizers left with hope that the outcomes will be followed by concrete actions to realize the purpose of the training. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Moving on, the Food Safety and Quality Authority FSQA, in collaboration with the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations under the Codex Trust Fund two-way project, Friday commenced a two-day training course for more than 30 stakeholders on the development of Codex standards and technical regulations relating to food. Lol M. Kamara has more.
Personnel of the different institutions were brought together to enhance their capacity and increase their understanding on the importance and benefits of Codex standards and technical regulations development to the national food safety system. Malang N. Fofana, National Chairperson, Codex Committee, while stating the mandates of Codex, said this training could not have come at a better time, as the country is still dealing with the news of sniper pesticide being present in our fish products. He praised the regulatory body for bringing key players in the food industry to be trained on various issues, which he believes will help boost their capacity and strengthen the standard of food safety management in the Gambia.
Two main mandates for the Codex that has a dual objective. One is to ensure we protect the consumer health, and two is to facilitate fair practice in food trade. Protecting the consumer health is a shared responsibility between policymakers, those who prepare or make policies, the regulators, the enforcers, the producers, the processors, the traders, the transporters, the distributors, and we, the consumers. All of us have a role to play in protecting us, the consumers.
Fai Mane, the focal person for the Codex Trust Fund on behalf of the country rep, pointed out that unsafe food can cause diseases and malnutrition, particularly to infants, young children, the elderly, and the sick. Adding, all of these factors can affect production, trade, tourism, and the economy in general.
Effective food safety and quality systems are key, not only to safeguard the health and well-being of the people, but also to fostering economic development and improving livelihoods by providing or promoting access to domestic and regional and international markets.
Malik Ngom, on behalf of the board chairman of the FSQA, in welcoming the participants, urged them to actively participate during the 2 days training, as food safety is everyone's business. Honorable Omar Dabo, Chairman, National Assembly Select Committee on Agriculture and Rural Development, and a participant, underscored the importance of the training.
It will broaden our legislative processes. This will probably, it may trigger the policy makers to come up with a legislation of regulating these processors and the distributors, and where National Assembly also has a key role to play, because our number one core function is to make laws. So if they come up with anything, as far as our people's safety is concerned, I think we'll give them our full support.
Codex standards are used worldwide to harmonize national food safety regulations and are recognized in the WTO agreement on the application of sanitary and phytosanitary measures as the international reference point out for food safety. So, officials believed by the end of the 2-day training, these stakeholders will be fully equipped with proper knowledge as to what is required in terms of the Codex standards, developments of technical regulations, amongst other things. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
And from that story, we will go for a commercial break. Still to come, we have more stories, so stay tuned.
QMoney is back again with its easy-to-use, secure and convenient mobile app that allows you to carry out all your transactions. No matter where you are or what time it is, you can always access your funds. With the new QMoney app, you can cash in and out, buy credit, buy QPower, shop, make payments, and so much more. You can also send Q money, pay bills, receive international remittances, and transfer cash to others. Just download the app from your Play Store or App Store and get started. For more information, call customer care on 133. Q Money, Sinu Kalpe. We innovate, others follow.
The Gambia OIC Secretariat, in collaboration with the Office of the President and Imogam Hotels and Resorts, wishes to invite the general public to the foundation stone laying of a 5-star Radisson Blue Hotel by the President of the Republic of the Gambia, His Excellency Adama Barrow, on Saturday, 23rd July 2022 at 4 p.m. The construction of a 5-star hotel is one of the key priority projects in preparation for the forthcoming OIC Heads of State and Government Summit. The hotel will have 400 rooms, including 60 presidential and royal suites. The 5-star hotel will ensure the guests receive a befitting accommodation experience. Additionally, it will diversify our tourism portfolio by providing luxurious accommodation facilities for high-end tourists. Let's come out and support this massive development.
Welcome back. Now into international news. Dr. Omar Aliu Toure, the new president of the ECOWAS Commission, officially assumed office following a formal handing over ceremony at the head office of the ECOWAS Commission in Abuja, Nigeria. As Aliu Sisi reports, Dr. Toure, who succeeds Jean-Claude Cassibrou, promised to live up to expectations.
The handing over ceremony between the outgoing president, Jean-Claude Cassibrou, and incoming president, Dr. Omar Aliu Toure of the Gambia, marks the end of Cassibrou's era and the beginning of Toure's tenure. In his farewell address, Jean-Claude Cassibrou welcomed and congratulated his successor, Dr. Omar Aliu Toure, for his nomination by the Gambia and subsequent endorsement as president of the ECOWAS Commission for 2022 to 2026. He thanked ECOWAS member states, particularly the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for the unflinching support that has always been provided to the ECOWAS institutions. The Gambia picked Dr. Omar Aliu Toure for this position, which was endorsed on 3rd July in Accra, Ghana, during the ECOWAS summit by the authority of heads of state and government. Dr. Omar Aliu Toure, the incoming president, who is also a veteran diplomat, expressed his readiness to lead the ECOWAS Commission based on the interest of the sub-region.
I thank God the Almighty for witnessing the official handing over of duties from one president of the Commission to another president of the Commission. Holding such a public event is significant in many ways. For one thing, it represents, albeit modestly, the type of peaceful succession for which our regional good governance instruments provide. At the outset, allow me to thank the President and the government of the Republic of the Gambia for proposing my candidature for the position of President of ECOWAS Commission. In the same vein, I would like to express my profound gratitude to the heads of state and government of the community for the unanimous endorsement and confirmation of my appointment.
Zubairu Dada, Nigeria's Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, said as a host of the ECOWAS Commission and other community institutions, Nigeria will work with the new president and continue to provide necessary support to ensure ECOWAS consolidates its position as the best performing regional economic community commission on the continent.
On behalf of His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari and the good people of Nigeria, I wish to welcome the new management to Abuja and extend our best wishes as you commence the process of fulfilling the noble aspirations of ECOWAS's founding fathers.
The ceremony was attended by staff of the ECOWAS Commission. In a different engagement, Dr. Toure was in Guinea-Bissau, where he met President Embalo the new chairman of the ECOWAS Conference of Heads of State and Government. He also paid a visit to the Guinea-Bissau Stabilization Support Mission troops stationed at the presidency. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Now onto sports news. President Adama Barrow handed over the Gambia national flag to the athletes who will represent the country at the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games and Islamic Games at a brief ceremony at the State House on Friday. Our sports reporter Mobudu Gajaga attended the event and he now reports.
President Adama Barrow told the athletes of the Gambia to be brand ambassadors of the country as they bid farewell for the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games and the Islamic Games in Konya, Turkey. He also assured them of the government's support to sports.
And we want to assure you as a government, as president, that the political will to support sports in this country is very, very high. Our commitment to support sports is more than 100%. And we want the results. We want you to bring results for us because you have your fans back home here who are following you day and night. So we are looking forward to your performance in England and Turkey.
The Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Baji, says sports is a huge industry in which athletes can make a career. As minister, he says he recognizes the significance of sports, especially its economic gains. Minister Baji further renewed his support to all sports from government.
And on our part, as a ministry, we just want to assure that we would be there as much as possible. Sometimes we struggle, sometimes we're not able to get the finances, but as long as there are means, we would do our part, not just for the Birmingham Games and for Konya, but for any other activity that we will be working together with. And in addition to participating on the international level, we've started working to ensure that one of the integral aspects of sports development, which is the infrastructure, is developed at the country level.
The Gambia National Olympic Committee, GNOC, is the body responsible for all Olympic sports in the country. For the last 2 years, they've been getting the athletes prepared for both games. And Beatrice Allen, president of the GNOC, spoke about their readiness.
Now we can proudly say we are going to the games as Gambians and as one people. For the games we have for athletics, and this is for Birmingham. For athletics we have 7 athletes, swimming 2 athletes, judo 2 athletes, boxing 2 athletes, beach volleyball 2 athletes, powerlifting 1 athlete. And for the first time, beach volleyball qualified for the games.
On behalf of the athletes, Yasin Boj, a player for the 3-on-3 basketball female team, thanked the president and his government for their support.
We are really grateful for the support that we continually receive from you guys.
Umudu Gajaga, QTV News.
A US-based Gambian won a bronze medal at the African Taekwondo Championships held in Kigali, Rwanda last week. Our sports reporter, Mobudu Gajaga, had been tracking him and he now reports.
Alassane Anne won his bronze medal after defeating Nuhum of Niger in the round of 16 in the 87-kilogram category. The Gambian fighter advanced to the quarterfinals. With his fighting skills and hunger for victory, the young Gambian defeated Jawara of Mali before losing to Moroccan fighter Ayoub and settling for the bronze medal. He says it's been a great experience for him to compete at such a high level.
It was a different experience for sure. The environment is much more different than the environments I'm used to, especially since I've been fighting in the Pan American region and then going straight to the African region. The environment, the intensity of our African brothers and sisters, it's amazing. It's a fun experience. It's also very intense, but just being there was a blessing. And then just going to the Rwanda tournament, the African championships for the first time, trying to change and make history was intense. It was intense.
Despite being in the US, Alassane cherishes his nation saying he wants to compete to put the Gambia on the sporting map. Alassane will now continue his training in Minnesota, the United States of America, ahead of the Islamic Solidarity Games in Konya, Turkey in August.
Yes, luckily now we have been preparing and prepping for the Islamic Games, and that's the next goal right there, is to continue to make history again and push forward and show, and just to be honest, just not even show, but put Gambia on the map once again.
With a bronze medal under his belt from the African Taekwondo Championships, Alassane now fancies his chances of a podium placement at the Islamic Solidarity Games. Mamadou Gajaga, QTV News.
Well, congratulations to him. Well, to end, here's a recap of tonight's stories. The Gambia Red Cross Society and partners organized an evaluation session on Thursday for its humanitarian response in Fonyi, which followed armed conflict between the Senegalese forces and the MFDC separatists in the Senegal region of Casamance. A 5-day training course on promoting gender equality and women's empowerment in the security sector for security personnel and lawmakers ended on Friday. As food safety continues to make headlines, the Food Safety and Quality Authority, or FSQA, and partners commenced a 2-day training course for more than 30 stakeholders on the development of codex standards and technical regulations relating to food. In international news, the Gambia's Dr. Omar Aliou Touré, the new president of the ECOWAS Commission, officially assumed office following a formal handing over at the head office of the ECOWAS Commission in Abuja, Nigeria. And in sports, President Adama Barrow handed over the Gambia national flag to the athletes who will represent the country at the Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games and Islamic Games. And a US-based Gambian won a bronze medal at the African Taekwondo Championships held in Kigali, Rwanda. Well, that's it from me in tonight's edition. Thank you for watching.